And we go.
Here we go. There's no such thing as two guys films.
Oh, it's that guy again.
Yeah, that dude. He's
That
just
guy.
all over the
He
place.
keeps
You
popping
know.
up.
Yeah. Just inserts himself to everything. No, that's vortex material. Sorry.
Hey, Brandon.
Hi.
There's Wolf's real name, Dan Butera, the second one from the top.
There it was.
Yep.
There it was.
And Jabbers gets the credit she wants. Woo!
As much.
Welcome to Space Quest 1: The Highland Encounter.
The Celtic encounter. As much what was it called? Graphics and dialogue from the original was retained as possible. I didn't redraw anything, but I did fudge a few things, and I'll try and point those out when we come to them. For instance, the double spider droid thing. That you can't actually do that in the game.
It's appropriately terrifying, though.
It is. Dude, we have to do that for the Space Quest Olympics. We have to have like 4 or 5 spider droids.
I love complaining about this part because
Great. We could totally do that.
I love complaining about this part because they describe Irnon as a galaxy in one text, and they describe it as like a star system in another. And my inner space geek nerd scientific is just like, that's not right. You need to pick.
Well, there's a sun of Irnon,
It's
so
all
that
right.
must be the solar system.
We'll survive.
Oh well,
Mhm.
maybe they called it the same. Maybe it's like you go to Washington and there's a Washington Street there. You know,
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
Irnon
there you
and
go.
the
New York
Irnon
City,
solar
New York.
system. Yeah.
It's the difference between DC and the state.
Solar system of Urnon and the Urnon galaxy on planet Urnon.
It's Xenon.
Monochrome Witch says no sound. Oh god, I hope that's not true. Oh, she is absolutely right. There is no sound
Oh,
on
no.
the stream.
Dang.
Here we go.
It's tremendous.
Sorry,
This is par for the course. Really, it should be this way.
There we go. There it is.
We got sound now?
I can hear it.
Oh, good.
It's really quiet, but I
And
can hear
there
it.
I
The
am.
people hear it.
And that was the most amusing thing about that was making sure I timed it out perfectly. So I was watching the video that Trolls had created for all of us and voicing as soon as my lines popped, which is what
we had
Trolls
to do it all
wanted,
to the video.
as it turned out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Saying
that
so.
was like fun to watch. Just be like, okay, dialogue pops up, read.
You guys did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did like 40 takes to get it right and not stumble over your words.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's the
boy.
problem.
Yeah,
This whole
I
this
think
whole
it had to be
project.
about 6 tries.
Like,
This
first
whole
time
project
Roger's,
came
like,
out
really
backwards.
annoyed,
It really
and,
just
then like Charles is like, nah, do a little bit more like, whoa, what's going on? I'm a little nervous here.
yeah. I had you redo this
Yeah.
because the first one was just like you were super annoyed and just almost yelling at.
Yeah, well, it'd be like you'd be super annoyed too if you got woken up out of a nap.
True.
Yeah,
But the
maybe,
first-
but not for the entire time.
I think the
Yeah.
first dead body I would see, I'd slightly panic.
Oh crap!
Yeah,
What do they mean by astral?
so I got a little bit more panicky here.
Very nice. And okay,
But
so,
it
so
helped in my
What I was
my
ta-
spot there when I was stumbling inside the room because I got the time when exactly he fell to the ground and do my
and
That was
Yeah,
so
that was
perfect,
good
too.
too.
and I actually moved it
Yeah.
around a little bit, but I kept the yeah. So
Let's just hope I don't know
like I
if
said, this thing
can.
came out backwards because it originally just started with me wanting to write music for a Let's Play, and then I started cutting out all the text boxes in the Let's Play and started cutting around that, but then the story made no sense, so then I started adding dialogue, and then I thought, you know what, the dialogue would be fun if it was read out by actual people, and here we are now. Now, if I'd done this the right way around, I would have written the script first and had you guys record your lines, and then cut the thing together, and then wrote music for it. But no, we did it backwards, and this is why all the voices are like Robert said, he was just watching the movie and dubbing it like a fan dub, like an anime fan dub almost. And even then, I went
Yeah, it
in
was
and
basically an
adjusted
anime
shit.
production where you do the visuals before the audio,
Yes.
whereas Western is usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
We-
hope I don't run into him.
We're doing it the right way around with Space Quest 2, the movie, currently in pre-production. We're actually
Ooh,
writing a
Woo!
script
Look at
first.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Because
Currently in pre-production, meaning he's still thinking about it.
I'm halfway through the script now.
Oh, there's on the Antonian slide
Giant
devil.
pinball bumpers on the
Don't
Arcana.
don't say the quiet part out loud.
Shh. Oh, here's Jabber. Now, another thing I did was also speed up and slow down people's voices. Especially, and I hate to say this, but a lot of Josh's dialogue is tiny. I actually went in and artificially sped it up a bit because Josh didn't watch the movie while he was doing his lines, and the lines just went by, and he was doing proper acting. Like, actually acting out his lines, and we're like, damn it, they just don't fit in the timing.
I didn't watch the movie. I just gave you a text or a sound file, an MP3.
Yeah, and
I
you
had it.
Rush quality.
Yeah,
the
you were already
reason- the
fast
reason-
enough.
the reason why the reason why that reminded me was actually because Jabbers, I sped you up as well. The whole depressurization
I
and
noticed.
airlock.
I noticed. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a tick. Wait a minute. I didn't mind though. It fits better with slightly faster.
Let's try this one first.
Yeah, poor Roger. He just wants to take a nap. And it's like, now he's running for his life off of the ship that's about to self-destruct. It's like, he should have just come into the office a different day.
Not a whole lot you can
That
do.
reminds me of a story I heard once. There was a man, his name escapes me, but he was a little famous. And I can't remember the exact order because history is not my strong suit, so I'm about to bear mine ass for a second. So this man, he had two jobs. He had worked a job where he had worked in two offices. He worked in, one was in Hiroshima.
Oh,
The
God.
other-
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he had a meeting in one day, and they got bombed, and he survived somehow, amazingly.
And then he went to the second meeting?
Yes, he did.
I would have taken a day
In
off.
Nagasaki, yes.
Yeah.
And Nagasaki wasn't even the planned secondary target. That was just the one they had to go with because the other one had cloud cover.
God.
Now that's professionalism.
That is professionalism.
Yeah.
That's dedication to your job.
Oh.
There's a nuclear
Good
blast
thing
in your
Roger put his
backyard and you
seatbelt
go,
on.
you know what? I'll go into work. Oh, there's a question in the chat. What made you decide to have Roger be more competent? Now, that's the thing. I always thought Roger was a competent but lazy person. He's very ingenious, actually.
Yeah. That's,
I mean, how else do you explain solving the puzzles and stuff? Like, you have to be competent to get through the puzzles in the game, like, as the character.
Yeah.
Oh,
Has to be competent.
He's competent, but he's lucky. He has superhuman luck, and he makes several references to that during the movie as well. But he's not the bumbling idiot that he somehow got a rep for, probably because of Space Quest V and all the pratfalls and the Homer Simpson samples and such. But he's
Like
actually
Space Quest 4 CD voice.
I
Maybe
think
a
that's
bit.
like we're talking about how competent Roger is as he just grabbed a random plant on an alien
He
planet and shoved it in his
planted
mouth.
Competent,
I
And
did
also,
not
I
a
did
not
that
like
with
a
bowl of
Mensa
salad
member or
greens, like,
anything,
I just, like,
but
doing a couple of takes of me
No.
trying to chew them and
You
do
could
the
make-
spit. And
You
I was
could
like,
make
I
the
did about
argument.
4 or 5 before I got one that I liked.
but that
That
was
was a good one.
the
That's
good
suffering for your craft.
the good part was
That didn't just collapse under me.
the good part was that when you were doing the voice and you sent me like a sample of the the type of voice you were going for, and the thing you sent me was the chomp chomp, oh, definitely not edible bit, and I was like, perfect, you got it.
Oh crap! It's a Sarian spider droid.
Yeah, I really like your delivery here for and this whole thing for Roger. It's like somewhere in between Space Quest 6 and Space Quest 4, which is like a perfect fit, I think.
Yeah,
wasn't
and
that the plan we had with the Space Quest 2 remake for Zeke's performance, Brandon? Was to try and be a balance between
His
4 and 6?
initial, yeah, his initial audition was, I thought, perfect, but then he did the second one. Someone asked him to change it. I can't remember who it was, and it's good for that character, who that character ended up being in that remake. But
Built this place.
For anyone who's not clear, Brandon and I both used to work with Infamous Adventures back when they were making fan games, and we were both slightly involved in Space Quest 2.
Oh, wow.
slightly.
Cool.
I was a tester, and Brandon did a fair bit of the music.
About a third. Well, a little less than a third. We were each going to originally get, we're going off on a different subject, but we were originally going to get 3 different people to do 3 different areas of the game. Actually, no, 2 different people. Me and Zeke were going to do 2 different parts of the game. I'd do all the space areas, and he'd do all the Planet Labion areas, but then James Mulville came in and filled in the gaps with a bunch of his own work, so there's like 3 different soundtracks for that game now, which is great.
And there's one soundtrack for this one, and some dingbat rolled his head on a keyboard and out came some music.
Yeah, well,
I love that scene. I love it.
I did that scene. It's like I was gonna do the whole dialogue, and then like I couldn't time up with the animation, so I just cut it short, and he was falling over, and I'm like, yeah, nobody saw that.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
It works in double meaning.
Yeah.
Also, this it's kind of hard to get this into like a narrative sense because a lot of this is just like a gauntlet of, different things that are out to kill you. The laser beams, the thing coming out of the grate and whatever. So I just didn't really. In my head, I just assumed that
Here's me giving a Shakespearean performance in a Looney Tunes cartoon.
He even rolled the R's. It's amazing.
Sometimes the best performances in the Looney Tunes cartoons are the Shakespearean actors.
That's true.
Oh,
Or the operas.
listen to the way he says
Oh,
Orat.
yeah.
Listen to the roll of the
I was
R
like,
in
who says
Orat.
you can't have culture in your cartoons?
Orat.
Oh, very nice.
Lovely.
So good.
Patrick
Slice of
Stewart,
addition
eat your
along
heart
there.
out.
The delivery of what out?
Hey, wait, they didn't pay anything.
Hey, we've got to get paid.
Wait a minute.
Well, I suppose Trolls will just give us 3,000 ski ball tickets and call it even.
He'll give us,
Oh,
he'll
you
give us
guys
Hey,
gave me
Dogma
plenty of
reference.
exposure.
I can
bag of
finally get
Zoids.
Oh,
Okay, those nudes were not supposed to be used for that. I'm just saying.
Oh, here's another question in the chat. Trolls is the only actor with voice processing. Oh, no. There's tons of voice processing on the Sarians, especially. They're
Both
all
of mine
pitched
were
down.
processed.
Alexander, do you
Go on.
think I really sound like that giant hologram head?
In my case, I was given an echo as the loudspeaker announcer, and I was given a metallic tone as a robot later. So yeah, there's definitely processing.
But I
My
didn't.
voice was not processed at all.
Nope.
Granted, my voice can get pretty deep, but it
That's
ain't
exactly
that deep.
what he sounds like. Oh, and the second spider droid here is actually chroma keyed in. You'll notice that the entire movie is actually in the wrong aspect ratio. It's stretched in 320 by 200 and supposed to be a little shorter than that. And the second spider droid is in the correct aspect ratio, and that roar is a rubber chicken. I kid you not.
I could have probably done
That's
the
epic
holy crap
potato
with that
fiend.
line just a little bit better. Because I always felt like in hindsight I should have been like, holy crap, what is that?
I think you did good. I love the
Director's cut.
I hate spiders
Director's
line.
cut.
Thing is gooey. Hey, where'd the
Yeah,
other one
it
go?
is gooey.
Oh well. Somewhere
Oh,
far
the,
away, I hope.
By the way, the reason why there's two spider droids is because when you play the actual game, you come from the underground and back up to the surface. The game doesn't remember if the spider droid has spawned or not, so it just chucks another one from the sky, and just hopes the player won't notice. But as you're editing a movie, you just go, now we have two spider droids, and I can't cut around it.
I thought it was pretty
I
cool.
always
'cause it's
figured
like
it
the
was just
Sarians
very
mean
good at
business.
jumping.
That little splat sound is from Space Quest
Splat.
5.
I knew I recognized it.
It's so perfect.
And actually, we had two different voices for the Coronian Underground. We had Gemini, who did both the hologram and the dude, and we also had Brandon. And they did two very different takes on it. Gemini, your voice was a bit more like a jittery, nervous kind of guy.
Like a what?
Like a little jittery, nervous dude.
Oh.
And Brandon's was more like ethereal.
Well, I tried
It's
to
like
make it sound as different as possible to big giant Wizard of Oz head.
Hey, wait, can I?
And Brandon went
Pay
for
no
more of
attention to the
a
man behind the curtain.
sort of like a new age like guru type thing.
Yeah,
Hello,
like
everyone.
far beyond human comprehension, alien
Yeah.
type of ET thing.
Hang on. Let me just.
And poor Roger, just like frustrated that his day is not going well, and now he's realizing he's kind of thrust into something he doesn't want to be part of.
And I just like how the aliens just go, here, you can have this transporter, and Rogers goes, hey, wait, oh, never mind. By the way, this is the only bit that's actually redrawn the close-up screen here of the actual screen, but it's based on what we just saw on the previous screen. And the face is actually Roger's boss from Space Quest 2, the one that shows up on the digital watch, but with sympathetic eyebrows.
Sympathetic eyebrows.
Yeah.
You gotta do the.
Eyebrows.
Well,
Yep.
a
Something
Batman
pretty
mask,
moody about
really.
this.
He's got a raccoon mask, but no eyebrows.
Oh yeah, looks like he just robbed the bank.
Well, how else are you going to fund a scientific project like the Star Generator? You have an idea how much money you need for something like that?
Yep, all the money.
350.
Keep talking about scientists becoming thieves. Guten Tag, Batman. It is I, Dr. Freeze. I don't know. He's different in every incarnation, so I didn't know what voice to do Mr. Freeze in. I'm sorry. Like in one, he's like vaguely British. There's the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, which is terrible, but this is neither here nor there. Get ready for a skimmer sequence.
Oh, and we had to get rid of the second spider droid somehow.
I think
so-
that's bad.
Yeah,
Freeze was in the 60s Batman series, played by 3 different actors in his 3 appearances.
Oh, yeah.
that was a
Two-
lovely little
two-
tying
two
off of
German
the loose
actors.
end there.
Yes. And everybody loves more Grell. You need to get more Grell in
We
our
need the
lives.
and Epic Potato Fiend actually did
Got
that.
the Grell program.
And this
A
wide
Grell
shot.
chase sequence would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah. We should, yeah, but
I
again,
do honestly think
should've written the
this
script.
animation of Roger riding the skimmer is actually some of the best in the EGA game, in my opinion.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful.
It's very little. It's basically just 3 poses, but I think it looks great.
Oh, it's and
does.
for the time as well, 1986, it was amazing. By the way, this sequence, the track, the music I wrote for this is 3 minutes and 37 seconds long or something like that. And originally, the whole fucking skimmer sequence was in there to like 3.5 minutes, and people were like, you know what, the music's good,
Yeah. I
but
remember
you know
we
what?
put like the disclaimer in the work in progress version. It's like this sequence is really long.
Yeah. But that was back when I
remember
just
that,
wanted
yeah.
to write music for a Let's Play, just wanted to write new music, and then the whole thing sort of snowballed.
At least the nice part is the soundtrack. We can listen to it in all of its glory.
That's true. There's a digital version
Indeed.
with the full 3.5 minute track on it.
Nice.
Available
I think
now.
Well, this is not why.
Plus the missing Corona Bar songs, right? That aren't in the movie.
That's true. Yeah, we only have the ZZ Top in the movie, but we. Oh, by the way, the ZZ, all the 3 bar songs are on the soundtrack, and they're reorchestrated from the Apple II GS version
Oh,
of the
this dude.
soundtrack. This dude.
I recorded these lines in the closet under the stairs, which I call my Harry Potter closet, thinking it would be the quietest room in the house. It turns out all the noise in the house focuses in that tiny closet. Everything.
But it came out great. Oh, talk about the different types of accents you did, and why we settled on the Scarface Sopranos
Just
dude.
walks around the building.
Well, I mean, I just basically pitched every kind of accent I could think of to do, and he and Trolls liked this one best. There was like 3 he actually liked, but he liked this one best, and I think this is the one I could actually repeat, and that's the thing.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
I love the interesting one. Kind of
Since
For the
asking
people
him,
in the
do you
stream
just power
chat,
walk around the
while we
building
were
was, like,
watching this the
hilarious,
first
so-
time, we were talking in this voice channel, and I mentioned how I was kind of tempted to do a Space Quest animation of my own based on like the Doom Mower animation that I released a little while ago in the same style.
What do you got?
And
And you
I don't know, I might
totally do
I might
it.
draw a preview scene if nothing else, sort of gauge
Absolutely.
interest.
Do it.
Hey, go for
Heck
it.
yeah, man.
The bartender here is Barry T. Smith, 2-time Snoop Award winner, and the voice of the original bartender in Space Quest 4 CD-ROM. And I just
Nice.
hit him up on Facebook and went, dude, this is stupid, but you want to do the bartender again? He went, sure.
That's awesome. I love how you can just hit up all these people and they're like, yeah, sure.
Alien
But they have no idea who I am. I'm
Love
just
the
some
Australian
rando.
accent.
Oh yeah, that's his real accent. Well, not entirely, but that's Michael Council,
That's how he sounds.
dear friend of mine. He's from Melbourne. And that all the dialogue was from the original game, except for that little bit at the end where he says "quick smart." He added that in just to give it a little Aussie flair.
Pay for his ship.
Had to.
Oh boy.
You know,
Now how does this work?
I don't mean to backseat direct.
Clearly that's.
I would've-
Bad start. No matter what you say, it's a bad start to start with that phrase.
Mhm.
Well, what
ahead.
I would have done is, we all know the cheat code to make you put in whatever you want, right?
Yeah, sure.
I would have had Roger just exclaim it, and then it suddenly gives him the option. And then he just cheats.
That's
Like he wins the jackpot the first time, it's like, holy shit! And then it opens up for him.
You know what? That's not bad. Why didn't we
I
do
didn't do
that?
nothing. I didn't do nothing.
He just whistles.
Director's
Not
Okay.
fault. If we'd written a
Now
script
I know there's a
beforehand,
cheat code for this. So next time I play this through, I'll know what to use.
and it will actually recognize any swear word in the
And
parser.
there is a man himself.
There's Josh
Hail to the
himself.
king!
So, Josh, since you're in the chat, could you talk a bit about what voice you went for and why you went with the sleazy, slimy salesman type voice?
Well, I was originally going to make him a very traditional sleazy kind of wise guy, sort of like, yeah. And as I did that, it slowly morphed into a sort of a Southern accent, a bad version of a Southern accent. And I thought, well, it seems to be where the character is taking me, so I'm just going to go with that.
And it worked quite well.
To be honest, that's how I always pictured Tiny's voice.
Oh, yeah.
That southern slick car salesman type.
Yep.
And his dialogue is taken verbatim from the game. I didn't change a single line of it. I did, however, speed your voice up a bit. I'm sorry.
I noticed.
It's kind of natural, but you don't really notice, like we don't.
I really tried to make it not noticeable. I even moved some stuff around, some animation around to make it fit a bit more.
I didn't really notice it.
This, by the way, this pan
kudos
is the most,
to you.
This pan was the most complicated shot in the entire movie. I'll show you why.
This here is the keenest little scrambler in the hemisphere.
I love keenest little scrambler.
Perfect for cruising the asteroid.
Handles like a dream. Yeah, I could hear a used car salesman talking like this.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Slick talking.
But if you're wondering why he suddenly grew an extra bump on his head, I'll show you in editing, but that's because there's a lot of trickery going on here, and I just couldn't crop out the top bit of his head.
Was that what that was? I was wondering, is that always like that?
No, he's not always like that. He's got an extra.
He's an alien. Things go weird.
I love he just says it as he's walking right into the place.
The timing
Very
is what
good.
really makes that one.
Yeah.
I love Papaya Chemist's deadpan here. It's so good.
Oh, she went for
Perfect.
full snark, full 110% snark, and it's beautiful. And like I said when we were watching the movie before, I never realized
you look like a cheap bastard.
I never realized what a dirty joke the, well, almost any purpose imaginable.
And it is one of the most experienced droids we carry. I got it from some
Experience? Would that mean old, as in obsolete? Just checking.
I don't know.
Been around a while.
Mature.
Well seasoned.
That's the PR way you spin that.
very good human.
And here we have
You will be most
the real star of the show. No, but holy God. So how much coffee did you drink before doing this voice?
No returns, human.
Poor Roger.
My boss is actually kind of like this, made of exclamation marks in this way. So I totally get this.
Anxious to serve you, sir.
But I mean,
Then
there
again,
was...
I also adore her, so she's wonderful, but still.
Oh God.
I love how Roger's is like, I just see Roger, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into?
Yeah. But there was coffee involved, am I right?
I drank 2 cups of coffee before I did
Man, you
this.
got meat beats.
Pots or cups? I didn't quite hear that.
Cups.
Just
But
cups?
they were big cups.
They're
Yeah.
big cups. Yeah.
How big are we
Like
talking?
double
20 ounces?
size cup.
The
Yeah,
giraffe
like
kind
the-
of cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, probably 20
Jug-sized
ounces.
cup, full ounce.
One of those Route
Yeah.
44 size cups, you know.
You know, the kind where you
Mm.
hold in your hand, you look a little bit like you're that scene in Lord of the Rings. It comes in pints.
I'm getting one.
Oh, it's. And I for some reason I don't know where it came from. The little droid's big spiel about I'm so glad to be out of the stuffy metal. All that is actually in the game. If you talk to the droid, it goes I'm gonna shut up now and all that. But everything after that, I'm a droid, sir, and she insists on being called a droid, and she insists on calling Roger boss. I don't know where that came from. It's a little hitchhikery, actually. That line.
Oh,
Best line. Best line.
That line was just so good.
Roger's just like, oh, no, you don't do this to me, please.
I just imagine Roger just hanging on to the rafters, going, oh God, I'm gonna die.
I swear. I wanted to do a little bit more of a tense, I swear, like he's like gripping on for dear life, like, I swear!
Definitely steals the show here, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that was the worst line in the script. I'll rendezvous with you there later. See, I can't even say it. And of course, Robert couldn't either because it goes by so fast, and it's just impossible to say. I should have changed the line. I even did change the line, and he insisted on doing it anyway. He actually re-recorded
I was gonna nail it some way, somehow.
This is my favorite
Rendezvous
line.
really hyphenated?
I was going to ask that too.
In the original game script, it is.
Yeah, I was like, in the text, I think it is. In reality, probably not.
Probably not. The Jean-Michel Jarre album Rendezvous is, I think, hyphenated. It's on my shelf somewhere. By the way,
I feel like that line was Roger trying to sound like a cool guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he couldn't
was.
get the word rendezvous. he heard a cool guy say rendezvous one day.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll try that.
But it is.
You know,
It's in the
kind
game
of the
as
feeling
well.
I got.
That makes it all the better because like Roger wants to be heroic, and he's like, no, he's a big old dork.
Yeah.
It is hyphenated on the album.
Yeah.
Scott Murphy describes Roger as a path of least resistance kind of guy. As in, he is resourceful, he is smart, but he just doesn't want to, and that's why I keep harping on about the I just want to nap. That's like the running theme of this movie because when we do Space Quest 2 the movie. And I've harped upon this a lot before, but when we do Space Quest 2 the movie, it ends with him actually going back to sleep. So there's this real poetic closure to the whole thing, and it's going to pay off beautifully.
I mean, making a whole ton of noises.
Should have him step on a spore so he gets a nap partway through.
Yeah, that's a great way for a nap.
By the way, the whole freebie thing is shamelessly stolen from Arrested Development, which is one of my favorite shows. But Robert just delivers it, so, especially one in the airlock going, I'm so angry. Okay, that was a freebie. Ken Williams, everybody.
Cameo.
Oh yeah.
So funny.
And
I
Josh
wanted
said,
to try to make Roger sound like a big, intimidating Sarian, and he just sounds like even stupider and dorkier.
Josh,
I'm a cool guy, I'm a Syrian.
Josh said,
I'm a big tough Syrian.
this might be the first time Ken Williams has ever lent his voice to anything Sierra
It could
related.
be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lent his likeness a fair bit, but I don't think he's lent his voice to anything.
No, and I am honestly shocked he said yes. Especially all the abuse I've given his wife lately.
That is a line that should not be taken out of context, Charles.
Thank you. Yes.
That goes in the vortex. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
Oh, suddenly I'm very uncomfortable.
I meant the King's Quest
Default
videos.
state, my friend.
They what?
God.
Default state, my friend.
Oh yeah.
There were my lines, which were kind of a process because I was trying out new equipment.
Yeah,
I was
Roger
getting a
has
weird
no
buzz.
patience for droids right now.
I wish I had a weird buzz.
And then on top of that, I don't really have soundproofing in this room, so I was like, I'll do a blanket, but the blanket I grabbed is weighted, so it's just super uncomfortable. I finally just gave up on it with my other headset that has an XLR mic, and that one was fine.
Alex in the chat says, I know we're all talking about Space Quest 2, the movie. I just want to ask what's on everybody's mind. When is the Jones and the Fastlane movie?
That's one I've never even played.
Oh, and this is
pretty much
this is Brainiac
the
from
only
the
thing.
opening.
Yep. This is pretty much the only thing that annoys me in what I did right here. I dropped my voice deliberately, but that resulted in a pop on ship, and that annoys me. And I'm going to be stuck with that. But if that's my one complaint, I'm
Forever
fine
and
with
ever.
that.
Went
Yeah.
beautifully. Also, it's never
Well,
really
hey,
made
maybe the
clear
robots-
if Roger kills this dude. I mean, they're described in the game as
Just
stun
flat
grenade.
out.
But he's like not. First of all, they're smoking it. Stun grenades don't produce smoke, do they? Hey,
Yes,
just
they
more
do.
said. By the way,
Alexander Bahia wants to know
blows
when
up
the
the
Jones
whole
and the
ship.
Fastlane movie is.
yeah, we just
He just said
the Sarian guard who said "Hey" was Jess Morissette, and he delivered like 17 million different iterations of the word "Hey."
Oh my heavens!
Yeah, that's dedication.
That sounds about right.
He sent me like a 2.5 minute MP3 of him just going "Hey" in a variety of different silly voices.
Jess is awesome. Although
that sounds like Jess.
he just recently played Gabriel Knight 3 and it broke him mentally. So everyone go support him if you can.
So bad for him.
Was he not broken
Gabriel
before?
Knight 3 would break anybody mentally.
It broke him worse.
Okay, just checking.
Not quite as much as Gabriel Knight 3 can break a person.
I think the Jones in the Fastlane movie is coming out right after.
The best voice in the entire thing.
I think the Jones in the Fastlane movie is coming out right after the Laugher Utilities movie.
Right, yeah. If you're ever going to make a movie about Lisa Sue Larry, that's the one to go with.
Yeah.
When are we making the Hoyle games? That's what I want to know.
Is it going to be part of the Sierra Cinematic Universe?
Mine, taking it.
Oh, you know what we were joking about in the Escrates Discord? American McGee's King's Quest, the gritty, gothy reboot of King's Quest.
No.
Can I do the art for that, please? I'm desperate. I'm begging you. I was so into
Blatz with a giant smile with big, chunky human teeth.
Oh my god, I want it so bad.
But
I was so into American McGee shit when I was a teenager.
I just want to market it as American McGee's King's Quest just to piss people off.
Just put a poster of that and watch all the sparks fly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to draw you an edgy Cedric now.
Yes.
Oh God, no!
Do it.
Please do.
Slow pan. Oh yeah, we were gonna do the whole thing with King's with.
Take us out, Dan the man.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The planet Xenon is shaped a little weirdly.
Yeah.
Kind of egg shape.
Yeah,
by the way,
just one
Dan gave me 3 different takes as well, and he did me 3 different voices, and this was the silliest one he did, and I thought it fitted perfectly.
Gods and Doom. I love that.
So, Trolls, I have one question for you, and that is, when are you going to follow the example of Disney and make a live-action remake of the Space Quest 1 movie?
You know the worst part is I've actually been thinking about
Yay, top billing!
Yay, in order of appearance. I've been thinking about if you were actually going to do a Hollywood movie of Space Quest, what would you do? And I've actually been writing down little notes on how to construct the narrative that way. First of all, I combine Space Quest 1 and 2. I'd introduce new characters so he has someone to talk to other than Amber Lee, who, by the way, did a fantastic job.
It's me.
So there's a whole thing. I might write a script, but it'll never get produced, obviously. Oh God, my name is.
It sounds like we just need to start a movie. We just need to start a movie company right about now.
Okay.
Two guys
But
movies.
when we're done with Sierra products, can we then do
Two guys,
I
one
want a
movie.
Pajama Sam's film. Pajama Sam would make a great movie
man.
character.
Can we do a pop one
All
too?
the tanks in the world to the King's Quest wiki.
Yeah.
They love me. The King's Quest Wiki love me. That's why they get extra special things.
Yay, Space Quest 2, the movie coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sam and
See,
I are
I
writing
bet
the
we
Depending on your
could do
definition
a-
of soon.
Yeah, but
And
this time we're actually
seriously.
we're doing
Probably
it right.
shorter than Duke Nukem Forever's production cycle.
Are we gonna try and
now
post-credit scene?
It's called
'Cause-
Half Dome Films.
the best line.
Yes.
The
So, do you own King's Quest 2?
I mean, because when he said he'd do it, we were like, okay, we gotta get him to say that line because you know the infamous story is he put it in and didn't tell Scott, and Scott was pissed.
Cracks me up every time.
5 stars, just kiss.
And the funny thing is, I asked him, can you do an extra line for us? We just want the line that says, hey, do you own King's Quest 2? Which is the line from the actual game if you talk to the Saren Guardian of. And he went, sorry, we don't own the rights to King's Quest. My wife and I sold the company. I was like, oh, sorry, that wasn't a question. That's the line. That's the actual line.